welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well, and finally I'm back again. And today's video is a very exciting one because I am going to be talking about a foundation which is very popular here in Bangladesh, and it is also very affordable, and this brand is very well known since like last 3 or 4 years, and I have gotten quite a bit of requests to talk about this foundation and to use it in front of you guys. I think I actually did use this foundation back in 2018 in one of my videos, but I did not get the chance to work with it much more here in front of camera with you guys. So today I'm specially dedicating this video to this foundation from W7, and this is their W7 HD foundation 12-hour wear, and I am going to show you what I think about it and how it applies and how I match my shade and what shades do I prefer. Plus I did use quite a few other W7 products which I intended to actually to see how they layer on top of this foundation and how they work out. So this video is all about this one, and I really hope you guys will enjoy it. So without any further ado, let's get started. So let's start with the bare face, and my skin is completely ready to take on every bit of makeup that I'm going to be slapping on my face today. So I am going to be using a primer at first, and that is the W7 Prime Magic Primer. If you don't know about this one, this is supposedly a dupe of the Smashbox Photo Finish primer, and I think W7 actually dupes a lot of high-end brands. Even they actually dupe drugstore brands too sometimes, but they are very known for actually duping this high-end popular name products, which they actually try to make affordable. But I have a love and hate kind of relationship regarding this issue that they dupe a lot of high-end brands. I kind of understand their plan, but at the same time I don't understand it, because they actually sometimes when they dupe products, they just copy paste it completely and rip off the brand's hard work, which is actually not right. I have seen them doing Huda Beauty, I've seen them doing Be Perfect Cosmetics, I have seen them doing like Smashbox. There are like so many examples of this, and even Technique Cosmetics also does that. But I do understand that people actually tend to buy these products too because they are much more cheaper in the price point. So I get it. So we are going to start off with the primer. So this is the camera ready Prime Magic Primer, and I'd say it's quite a good primer. I have used it like tons and tons of time, and it works really nicely. I have nothing to say bad about this one. It's actually good. So I'm just focusing the primer on the porous area of my face, like my cheeks, and you can see it actually blurs quite nicely. Like I can definitely see it blurring in the mirror. So yeah, if you're looking for like a blurring primer in affordable price range, this is definitely one that you can try out. Today is the first time that I'm going to be trying out the W7 HD concealers. I have tried out the foundation before, but not the concealers, and these are completely sealed. I just bought them. So I have got two shades. One is this is I think medium warm 7, and this is light neutral 4. So I got light neutral 4 to highlight, and this one right here, I purchased this one because I wanted to see if it would be a kind of dupe for my Ele Girl concealer in the shade Fawn. If you are a OG fan, then you actually know that I love using the Ele Girl Pro HD concealer in the shade Fawn to color correct my face, to hide out the hyperpigmentation and all the blemishes in my face. So I wanted to see if I can do that with this one. So this is in the shade medium warm 7. I have actually heard so many good things about this one, and the packaging is also kind of similar with the Tarte concealers, but I am sure it's definitely not like the Tarte one. But for a drugstore concealer, I have heard so many good things about this one, and by the swatches that I've done while purchasing it, I think it's actually pretty full coverage. So this is the shade. Let me just swatch it. So this is the shade of the medium warm 7. Let me just swatch my Fawn too. so that you can see the side-by-side comparison. Here's Fawn. I think just Fawn is a tad bit darker in terms of the shade, but color-wise and undertone-wise, I think they are pretty similar. This one is a little bit just more tad bit light, the W7 one. Other than that, I think this has a very good potential of being a dupe of my Ride or Die Fawn Concealer from Milligard. Taking a wee bit in my fingertip, and as usual, I am just going to be dabbing it on my hyperpigmented area so that it can cover it up, and by the looks of it, it looks really nice. This is nice. The consistency is also very lightweight, but coverage wise, it's actually really good. I did not expect it to be this thin. Like, it feels like nothing. This is nice. And guess what? You are getting 14 mils of concealer in this jar. Like 14 mils. Usually the Fenty Beauty one comes in like 8 mils, and then the Huda Beauty one comes in 10 mils, which is, I think, a standard for a concealer. But I have seen so many concealers even till this date having like literally 3 mils of product or 4 mils of product for the same amount of price, and that actually just doesn't justify it. So I will definitely want you guys to see how many mils of product you're getting while purchasing it, because sometimes we think that we're getting a good deal out of a product, but we're actually not, because it's just like completely scam, because you're getting literally nothing. Like if you know about the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, the usual ones, the regular sized ones, actually gives you like 10 mils of product, 10 grams, 10 mils, it's the same thing. But when you actually purchase the small size, you are thinking that you're getting to try out the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, you're purchasing the mini or deluxe one, but actually you are getting scammed in a way, because that concealer actually consists just 1 mils of product, like 1 gram of product, which is like nothing. Like, it won't even last you a very long time. It's just literally nothing. They're just scamming you. Like, they're literally giving you a empty jar, I think, because 1 mil of product is not worth it for like 1200 taka or like 1500 taka. It's just not worth it. So I really like the fact that W7 is giving you or providing you with 14 mils of product, which is more than the standard size. Now it's time for the foundation, and this is the W7 HD foundation, 12-hour foundation. This is a 12-hour wear foundation, and this foundation has been around here in Bangladesh for about 2-3 years now, and this is a very popular and hyped up product, and so many of you have requested for me to try it out on camera, because I actually say that I actually mixed 2 of these together. I have previously used this foundation in one of my videos like 2-3 years ago, I guess, but other than that, I actually did not get the chance to use this foundation on camera that many times. And when I used that foundation, I actually mixed it in with another one of these. Like, this is the same foundation but in 2 different colors, because I couldn't get my perfect shade match. And I had this shade which is called Suede, which is pretty dark, and if I try to use it like all by itself, it will be too deep for my skin tone. But I think, I don't know, I think the golden shade was not available back then, so I kind of mixed Suede in. But I will definitely like to see if golden is my perfect shade. So yeah, let's do the swatch and test, and if it doesn't seem to be the right shade match, then I will surely be mixing in Suede together with this one. So this is the shade golden, and if I swatch it in my face, let's see if it actually seems to match me. well, if you are someone around my skin tone and you like to use a tad bit of lighter shade, I think then you would definitely like this one. But knowing me, I actually like my foundations to be a little bit more accurate to my skin tone. So this seems a little bit too bright, and I am just going to be mixing Suede in with this. And this is golden and Suede mixed in together, and I think this one right here is a better match than golden lit alone. Yeah, definitely. I'm just gonna cover it. And I'm blending it out with the help of a sponge, a beauty sponge. I don't know how it's translating to the camera with all the lighting and everything, but to me, it seems really nice. And coverage wise, I would also say it is a very nice coverage. Like, I think it's a kind of full, like medium to full coverage kind of foundation. Seems really full coverage because it covered up pretty much everything in my face. We will also see if it oxidizes or not. I think it will slightly oxidize because it seems like kind of a demi matte kind of finish. It's not like completely wet. It's not like completely set and dried down, but it's definitely giving a soft kind of matte finish to my skin, which I really like. Because I personally don't like those foundation which tends to dry down completely and set itself, because in that case the foundation actually oxidizes a lot more than usual, and also you are not going to get the chance to make other products work on top, because I'm going to be applying concealer. I might apply some bronzer, cream blush. So I need the binding ability of the foundation if I want to add on those products, because if it dries down, then I actually can't do that, and the products might actually disrupt from its place and it will become patchy. I don't know if I'm making any sense. So this is another concealer shade from their range. This is Light Neutral 4, as I previously mentioned. This is also absolutely new. I just opened it. And this is going to be working as the highlighting shade. I want to bring out my features with this one. So I am just going to be adding it on the high points of my face, and then I will be setting my face with a powder. And for the powder, I also wanted to use a W7 powder. You guys already know about the W7 Banana Dreams powder, but unfortunately I don't think I have it right now. I thought I had it, but I just saw that I actually don't have that one. I have the W7 Feather Dreams one, which is a kind of pink sort of powder, but nonetheless it's a setting powder and it works similarly to the Banana Dreams powder. So I will be setting my face with it, but it might actually kind of change the undertone a bit, but it won't. I think it won't, because I'm going to be using a very light layer of powder. So yeah, we are going to be using all W7 products today. So saturating the concealer in my beauty sponge and just stamping it on in my face to get the highlighting effect. Oh wow, it's very brightening. And I haven't taken any more product. I'm just still going on with the product that I took first in my sponge, and I'm still stamping it on, and it's still providing me, which is really great. The nose bridge, forehead, so this is the powder that I have to use today, because I don't have the Banana Dreams one, but that is the most popular one out of all the 3 shades they have. They also have another one which is called Heaven or something, I guess. I'm not sure about the name, but that's kind of like a white, translucent, beigey kind of shade, whereas in the Banana Dreams one got a little bit of yellow tint to it, and the Feather Dreams one got a pink tint to it. I actually bought this pink tinted one because sometimes pink powders can actually help to brighten up your under eye area. If you set your under eye area with a pink powder, it actually brightens it up a lot more than a regular usual banana powder. So I'm just taking a puff and saturating the powder here before I apply it in my face. Oh my god, I forgot how amazing this powder was and how brightening it can make the under eyes look. Like instantly, it's so brightening and so open, so highlighted. And nowadays I actually prefer a puff to apply my powders, and I think it makes the finish much more smoother than using the sponge. There was a time when I liked the sponge a lot. This shape also helps a lot to apply it and get into the corners of your eyes. Wow. So for the face, I have switched to a banana powder. I'm just slightly pressing it down in my face. I am taking the shortest break ever, and I'll be right back in just 1, 2, 3. I'm back, so now let's move on to the face again. And this is the W7 bronzer. I recently purchased it again because I was planning on doing this video. This used to be one of my most favorite bronzers from the drugstore, and still I think this is one of the best. And I'm talking about the matte one, not the shimmery one, because that's not like something that I would want on my face. But this one right here, it is so blendable, it is so pigmented, and it's just the perfect shade for like warming up your face. It's just so nice. And yeah, I got another one and I will keep on using it. You can see the other products laying down on top of the foundation, the powder, very smoothly, and there's like no interruption or disruption of the base going on anywhere. It's just plain smooth, and everything just looks really nice and smooth when you try to blend it out on top of this foundation. So my final verdict on this foundation is that it looks really nice, and from the previous wear times I can definitely tell that it is long lasting too. And at the end of the day, when you're setting your foundation, it just doesn't budge, it doesn't move, and it looks very, very flawless. And other products also layer up very nicely on top of this foundation, and there is quite a bit of like a huge range of shades available for this foundation. So it's another plus point, because a lot of the time a lot of the brands actually don't have that many shades, which is a very, very disappointing thing, because it's 2022 and we need more shades and we need more varieties. So definitely hats off to W7 for coming out with the shades. Even though I couldn't find my perfect shade with one foundation, I can definitely mix and match with the other shades and get my perfect foundation shade, because I think for me golden and suede makes the perfect foundation shade, and it looks really nice on my face and I actually enjoy it. So I will be wearing this one much more, and I think to have a foundation which works this nicely in drugstore is a very, very big plus point for us, because you always don't want to spend on a $50 foundation, or you don't want to always wear that $50 foundation that you have, right? So it's good to have an option from drugstore which is very affordable, and if you're a student, then it's just going to be the best thing ever. As I purchased the foundation today, it costed me 450 taka, which is actually under 500 taka, which is amazing. And it is definitely for more oily type of skin, I would say. But even if you have like drier, flakier skin, I would suggest you to put on a very heavy moisturizer, use a hydrating primer, and then apply the foundation. I think it will work nicely because you guys saw that it actually gives a demi-matte kind of finish. It's not completely drying, and it's not like so matte that it just dries down on your face completely while you're applying it. So that's a very good point regarding this foundation. So even if you have dry skin, I think you might be able to actually use it if you just prep your face according to your skin type. I'm also thinking of making it a series where I try out different sort of foundations for you guys, so that you don't have to go and blind buy anything. So let me know your recommendations. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this was somewhat helpful for you guys, and I will be catching you guys again in my next video. Till then, you guys take care. Bye bye.